you're your favorite Terry Little Bacon Bear, and I'm knocking off life goals right now. Can I be honest? And I said this last time I saw you at BET, but like really, I snuck in your dressing room and really went really hard to find you. So hey, Drum,
What's up?
you got a magical voice. Do you know that?
I appreciate it. I think that's been part of the gift of my career is my voice, and I owe it all to my dad. My dad has a very deep voice. So when I was in college, actually, I had a professor who told me, your voice is like special. And this was even before I would like really even talk on mixtapes and stuff like that. So unbeknownst to me how important my voice would be to my career. And when you think about like a lot of the legends, whether they're DJs or rappers, like voice is important. Wayne has a very distinctive voice. Drake has a very distinctive voice. Hove, Funkmaster Flex has a very distinctive voice. And then, myself, like, there's my voice
It's legendary.
Thank you.
So as a person that is like, also crowned as like an also distinctive voice, I feel like distinctive also gets like mixed up with being like too much or overpowering or something that people recognize everywhere that you go. Do you also feel like your voice is ever overpowering? Or did you ever feel like that?
Well, there was an era where they would like, I think I'm responsible for like the no DJ version of mixtapes. Cause
Sure.
like, I was so powerful or like, in a sense, I guess you could say overbearing. So people would like come to me and do like Gangsta Grills, and then they would like a week, 2 weeks later, like put out a no DJ version, and I'd be like, but I got it. I understood it because they wanted the songs to live in a space where they were still able to like, other DJs will play it or something like that.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Sometimes I still make the mistake like in the club, like I have the no drama edit of things, and I'll be like Gangsta Grizzly. Oh, God damn. And I'll take it just as a DJ, just because I feel like that it interrupts the party, and you're a music interrupter, and I think that that's the genius really in it, honestly.
I appreciate that.
So since I was talking about life goals, I took this deep dive one time about this NPR interview, and then I was just like, God damn, that sounds like a hell of a day. And as a young DJ in my own right, I'm still kind of like weeding through the weeds of things.
Well, I think you need to explain to the people what you're
Sure.
specifically talking about.
Well, I mean, you were there, so I feel like it's better that you do
Hell
that.
of a day. I'm tired of talking about the raid. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
But for anybody listening, they should check out the NPR Tiny Desk podcast to talk to if they want the information on the infamous day that you're speaking about in January 17th, 2007, when I got locked up and got charged with the RICO for selling bootlegging and racketeering for mixtapes.
Sure. Well, this is less about the raid. More important to me is about the mixtape culture and about that space and about just deciding to go whether against the grain or with the grain. Was that an easy or hard decision then at that point? Because you were literally in a pioneer space. Nobody else was doing that shit.
You mean after or before?
After.
No, I mean, first off, it literally made me like a martyr in hip hop. It made me more famous than I ever was. It put a lot of light on to me, and it gave me like a storyline, like for my first album. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and because of how special mixtapes were to me and mixtape culture,
Sure.
I didn't want the culture to die on my shoulders. You know what I mean? So I made sure to continue to make mixtapes and to want to see it being a thriving business and a thriving culture.
But I think that you even go beyond that because this shit is earning you Grammys now at this point. The Grammy is in hand. It's outside the box. It's in
It's in
hand.
the box.
Is it in that box?
It's in that box.
The Grammy. Stop lying.
See it?
Really? Can I see the Grammy? I don't know if I've ever seen a Grammy, bro. Maybe. For real? Do you just carry this shit around now?
For a little, it's on tour with me right now.
Do you sleep next to it? Do you talk to it?
Yeah, it's my girlfriend. Yeah, it's my baby.
Have you drank anything out of
It's
it?
my girlfriend. Maybe it's just my baby. I don't know if I wanted to be my girl or my.
Jeez. So where are you gonna put it?
I'm gonna make a glass box. I'm in a glass case, and I have an award room in my crib. I have like my piano, and then I have like my mixtape awards. I have my BET awards.
Do you put plaques in the room too? Is it your plaque room?
Nah, my plaques are like all the way down, like in my crib and in my basement. All my plaques are like in my basement. So, and at the studio, I have fucking 40, 50 plaques in Mean Streets, and then the rest are at the house. Like the majority of the majority of my old plaques are all at the studio.
Sure.
the Generation Now plaques, like the Uzis and the Jacks and all those are at the crib.
I feel like that's like a lost art. Like labels are getting lazy and these artists are getting lazy. Like nice Grammy by the way. Can I hold it? I don't want to drop it or anything. I'm just like, Grammy. Damn. All right, so maybe one day. I mean, I crowned it here first, but I guess so. I guess so. But you really, honestly, really, what this is all about, really tracking this interview, is about getting insight on how to really navigate these relationships with artists, because I still think that there's like this weird harmonious relationship that we struggle to find a good balanced relationship with DJs and artists. What advice would you offer? Help me out, please.
Um, you know, I got a random phone call the other day at like 1 in the morning from this like guy who got my number from like South Carolina. He was like, hey, is this Drama? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I'm a new artist. I'm coming up. I'm like, where'd you get my number from? He was like, my manager gave it to me. And I was like, your manager's not very smart, huh? He was like, not really. And so I'm like, yo, bro, think about what you're doing. You're calling DJ Drama at 1 o'clock in the morning. You don't know me from nowhere. Like, you're lucky I'm one of the nice guys, because somebody else would have cussed you the fuck out. And the advice I told him was, listen, man, when I was coming up, I didn't try to call Jay-Z, or I didn't try to call Funkmaster Flex. T.I. and Young Jeezy, they were local artists. Those were the artists in the area that I was around. I told them, look to your left and look to your right.
It's your peers.
Exactly. Instead of trying to go to the top, come up with someone in your circle around you and, create movements. My business partners, Lake and Cannon, we went to college together. You know what I'm saying? We've known each other for 25 years. So my advice is just like, before you try to like go to the top, like realize the goal is to create a movement in the space that you're in and make the top come to you.
But for me as a DJ and as a radio personality, a lot of people, honestly, they just pass me a lot of bullshit and then they expect me to weed through it for them. But sometimes it's about picking out the star and all of that. Is there something that stands out to you?
It's tough, man.
Is there? Because I feel like niggas ask you that all the time.
It's weird because the first phone call I ever got, literally the first phone call I ever got was Jason Jeter, and he called me and said, hey, I got this new artist named T.I., and he signed to LaFace Records. We have a song with Beanie Siegel. I got your number off the back of a mixtape. Can he come do a freestyle for you? Now imagine if I would have turned that phone call down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as much music as I get now, I always tell people, listen, man, like, keep going. I might not listen to everything or give everything an opportunity, but it's about being persistent. I used to hand my mixtapes out to people 3, 4, 5, 6 times before they knew who I was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, Sire, you want to take this up there?
Yeah, listen, this will be my last question, okay. And it'll be about, say stamina, long length, and longevity, just because at this point you've really stuck around, and I don't even know how you keep your eyes open in the morning and at night. So how do you do that?
I love it. I mean, I do this, like, I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the fame. I don't do it for the women. I don't do it for the accolades. I do it because I love hip hop. Like, I love the culture. Like, it thrives in my veins. Like, every aspect, from being on stage to, making artists successful, to talking on mixtapes, to, like DJ. Like, I live and breathe the culture, and and it's not just like,
it's authentic.
It's hip hop as a culture. Like, I came up wanting Adidas because of Run DMC. Like, I'm the age that I'm at. All I know is hip hop. So it's literally been able to take me around the world. Feed my family. Something I love to do, and make others rich around me as well as myself. So it's a dream come true.
Last thing, it seems like a lot of other people want to make you rich right now because you tweeted and said that there's a lot of demand for Gangsta Girls tapes. Would you drop anybody or tell me anybody that has hit you up about this?
OMB Peasy just dropped. Me and Simba coming out. Sure. Me and I Swear Vezo about to work. Damn. And then I got some more,
Up your goddamn sleeve, because that's what Drama would do.
I got some shit on my sleeve like Spider-Man.
How can we catch your attention for the rest of the year?
How can we catch you?
Yeah, how can we catch your attention? Where can we find you? That kind of stuff.
I'm all over the place, man. I'm in the streets. All you got to do is roll down your window. You're going to hear me.
Anywhere. And can you give them the magic voice, please?
Hey, yo, what up? It's one only Mr. Thanksgiving DJ Drum. I'm here with Lil Bacon Bears, Gangsta Grills, you bastards.